Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, time to look at Saim Hann, or IDIC Hann as my army's called. So, I'm actually very pleased and very excited that this codex is here and that I can actually start looking at my Saim Hann army, because when 6th edition came out, the Saim Hann army for me changed quite dramatically. The units that I was using, things like the Falcon, the Vypers, just huge changes really to the list. Now my list, which I was using, I've got here. Now this list did really well for me in 5th edition, but yeah, the transition to 6th edition and just really didn't favour the list very well. And to be fair, I hadn't really played it much, just sticking with the Mekdar and the Footdar, which had been doing really well in the old decks. So now we've got this new deck, so I want to reassess my Saim Hann. I'm just going to go over my transition really, so you can see what I'm up to. So this is my original 1750 point list. So I had the Farseer jacked out, 4 Warlocks, a couple of Jetbike squads, 2 cannon upgrades, 5 Dire Avengers, they were in a Falcon, Bright Lance on there, a couple of 5 Prisms and 2 Viper squads, basically 2 squads of 2 Viper squads. So that was my list. Now with the new codex, what I basically, the starting point for me is to take my old list and basically sort of translate that into the new list. In other words, like a copy and paste basically. So that's what I've done. Now it's quite interesting. This is my copy and paste from the new codex. So yeah, Farseer, obviously a lot cheaper. Now 135 points now as opposed to 208 how I was using him. 5 Warlocks, so just normal Warlocks, no upgrades to choose, so that's 250 points as opposed to 273, my old list. Jetbikes we know about, much cheaper, 122 as opposed to 152. The Dire Avengers I've actually maxed out to 6 to go into the Falcon. I've also given the Exarch, put the Exarch in there as well, because I think the Shimmershield is going to be essential for these guys. They are going to have to get out to score. 5th edition, you know, in this list it didn't matter, they could just stay in the tank, but in this one they've got to guess out. But I do want to keep that Falcon in there because, you know, as I said, I want to start off the process by my original list and then work from there. So yeah, I've got the Dire Avengers in there. 2 squads of Vypers. They're 170 points, so again a little bit more expensive, well not again, but yeah, this time a bit more expensive, but I've got the Holofields on there, and overall the Vypers I think have got better, so I'm happy to pay a little bit more for those guys. You know, hitting on 3s, Holofields, much better. The Dire Avenger squad actually has gone up in points. I'm 108 points, where I was paying 60, but that's okay because the Jetbikes are cheaper, so. And then 5 Prisms with Stones and Holofields, 300 points, again that's a bit cheaper, about 70 points cheaper. And the Falcon, 170 points compared to 235. So surprisingly, just copying and pasting my list, I've actually saved myself 203 points, which is actually quite a lot if you consider. So this new codex here is, for my Saim Hann list, 200 points less, which is pretty cool, especially if you consider all the extra goodies that we've got on these units. So, coupling that with a move up from 1750 to 2000 points, I've actually got 453 points left to spend in my list. So that's what I've been working on. Now, the first point of contention with my old list is that I only had 3 choices. And I was finding the Jetbike squad were being wiped out, so I was relying on the tank with the Dire Avengers in to score, which is fine because they didn't have to get out of the tank to score. Obviously now they do, so I'm definitely going to need another troops choice, and I think that the Wave Serpent is obviously the way to go, so I'm going to go for the Wave Serpent with some more Dire Avengers, so 10 Dire Avengers. Now I could opt to go for Guardians, a bit cheaper, but I just like having that Shimmershield in there, the whole unit of 5+ invulnerable save, slightly longer guns. So yeah, I've gone for the Wave Serpent there, scatter lasers, obviously Stones and Holofields. So I've got that unit in there. And then coupling with that, because of the way that the Seer Council is going to work, and let's just have a quick chat about the Seer Council. So yeah, Seer Council, obviously it's all random now, we don't know what we're going to get, and what I plan to do is generate all my powers, and then obviously I have the option to allocate some of those Warlocks onto the Jetbike squads as an option. So if I get the right powers that I need, I can just allocate one to each of the units, or just one unit. That's going to be quite useful. So, you know, it's going to be relying on the roll, basically, on the night, which we all know about. So having said that, I don't particularly want my Farseer on the Jetbike to be the Warlord, because I foresee that the Seer Council, you know, of basically just dying at some point during the game. And that's obviously the Warlord right there. So I'm actually going to take an Autarch on a Jetbike as my Warlord, and I've decided to give him the fusion gun, the blaze, and the mantle, and a Banshee mask. So that's 168 points, which just brings this list right up to 2,000. Perfect. And he's going to be my Warlord, and he's obviously just going to go out there, he's going to stay out of trouble, use his fusion pistol if he can, target those weaker units at the back, get those blazes going, etc. So yeah, that is what I've gone for. So I'm quite happy with this list. It's not my final list, it's just basically a copy and paste of my original list, a few tweaks here and there, and a very, very good starting point to progress with the Saim Hann list. So that is where I'm at. I'm very, very excited to get this Saim Hann down. For me, the Saim Hann is all about the Seer Council, so you know, my other lists, my Mekdar list and stuff, probably is not going to have the Seer Council in so much, because I'm just not a huge fan of the way it's going at the moment. But some play testing needed. I know that if you get the right rolls, the Seer Council is going to be pretty awesome, but it's all on the roll. Now, talking of that, how do you keep track of all your powers on the Warlocks? Because that is going to be an issue, I think. I'm thinking maybe just have to make some little cards up, stick them to the base of each Jetbike so you know which one's got which power. But yeah, I bet Games Workshop didn't think about that. But there you go. So yeah, that's my list. I shall put the whole list down in the description for you so you can check it out. Any suggestions, ideas, let me know. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.